episode of Risk Raiders. I'm Jeff Shropshire, joined by my co-host Brent Borgstedte. Listen, if
And
you own a home, hey, go ahead, Brent. How are you,
no,
buddy?
no, I was just gonna say, man, it's Friday
It is
and
Friday, and
it's
it's Football
Friday. We've
Friday.
survived another week. It's incredible. Shout out to my mom. It's her 90th birthday today,
Yeah,
which is
happy
amazing.
birthday!
Yeah.
Wow, she hadn't
Yeah,
killed
yeah.
you
Who's
yet.
counted? Man, I'd like to even make it to 80, much
I
less
would
90. And
too.
she's still living independently and man, she's on it. No
We're gonna get,
medications.
we're getting her on. We're
I
getting
know,
her on.
I know. We
We're gonna
definitely
have
need to
her
have her
on.
on. I mean, she definitely needs to be on the
She'll
show.
straighten us out. She'll straighten us out.
100%.
I love it.
But yeah, college football this weekend, everybody's going wild for that. I mean, if you don't like college football, I don't know. I don't get that. But um, I mean, and we're a little biased because we happen to be Red Raiders.
Just
So
happen
we
to be. I mean, I live
happen to
in
be.
Lubbock. You have to be. You went to the university as well. We're alumni.
Yeah.
And so anybody who's a Red Raider alumni, they should be listening to Risk Raiders. There's no affiliation there whatsoever with the university, but what the heck? We support each other's alumni, right?
Yeah. You know what's funny? A lot of times I tell people I went to Tech, they go, "Did you graduate?"
I
Like,
know, and I like, no,
yeah,
no, yeah, we did. I think we
yeah.
did. I think I did. I'm pretty much sure they asked me not to come back.
Oh
I
yeah,
was like,
no,
I
I
was like
had
one of those guys that they didn't try to ask to come back and get a master's.
no, that didn't happen
No, they're
for
like,
me.
"Aren't you done?" And I go, "Yeah, I feel like we're done." We both agreed. No, no reason to go further.
The dean, I went into the dean. I was there 5.5 years, and so the dean, I went in, and I got to be very close friends with the dean because I was in his office a lot.
Yeah.
And he finally, I came in there before my very last semester, and he was like, "Man, I pulled your transcript. I said, we got to get you. You got to get out of here. It's time for you to go back to Houston." He's looking at my
He's-
transcript, and he's like. He's looking over it, looking at me, and he's like, "I think there's a degree in here somewhere."
it's like when they tell you that your what is it, your syllabus or your program's about to expire and that you need to go. That's when you know that it's time
Yeah,
to go. When you're the universe, I loved it though. I was like, they go, you're not really considering like another degree, and I go, no, and they go, that's good, good for
good
you.
thing. Yeah, good for you. Get going. I'll tell you, you know what my barrier to getting my degree was, though? I owed $550 in parking tickets, and they wanted me to come down and pay them before they would give
They
me
held
my
you
degree.
hostage over parking tickets. That's
Yeah,
classic.
but think about how much $550 was in 1985.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean, what was that? It was like $5 a. What did you do? Park on the yard?
oh, dude,
Did you just
I was
pull up? Did you get like the football game? You just parked in the end zone like the little small town schools do?
I was just a habitual offender. I mean, I got parking tickets every week. The whole 5 years I was there, 5.5 years, I got tickets every week.
But did you
And
know, if you think about it, $500 in tickets was probably less than buying that annual parking pass. So you probably saved
oh
some
man,
money, and you got to meet some people.
I had bought I can't say that on the air, but I was definitely breaking the rules. I had moved some signs and got caught. I mean, it was not good. 'Cause, I was in Holden Hall, and that's where I
Mm.
was. That's where all my degree stuff was in Holden Hall, and there was not any parking there.
There's not any parking there.
And so I had now I can't say that on the air either, but I had monkeyed around with the rules a little bit and was trying to cheat my way into a parking spot behind Holden Hall, which I had sort of developed.
Yeah,
And you remember the lady that ride around the little cart,
the little scooter,
the
the
little
little
scooter?
box car scooter,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
the
She and I
parking
were
cop.
like, we were familiar.
You waved at her.
she would. My tires had lots of chalk marks on them, and
She drew
um,
smiley faces on your tires.
oh yeah, it was. We had a running gun battle going. It was pretty. It actually was entertaining. She was sad when I graduated, I think, because she had nothing to do after that.
Well, yeah, no
But
more job security. They had no more revenue.
yeah,
Oh God, that's hilarious. You could have become like a teaching assistant just for the parking spot.
I should have. I didn't think of that.
Yeah,
I
that's what I
thought
was
of
thinking. I was
everything
like,
else.
hey, is there a way that I could get employed for a moment just so I could park, on the thing? It seems like a better idea.
I had a faculty parking pass for a while. I can't say how I got that, but
Well,
and
probably.
and my friend, the parking, she goes, "You're not faculty," and I was like, yeah, I'm not."
Define faculty.
Well, she could tell that I wasn't faculty material. She was like, You're not
Yeah, it's true.
faculty.
What do you teach? I don't know.
I don't
I
know.
don't know.
I
You
could
tell me.
instruct in something, but it wouldn't be something that would be at the university.
No,
Uh,
no, no, not then. Probably not
yeah,
even now.
not even
Well,
now. Not even now.
all right. So, what do you think about the upcoming football season?
Man, I'm fired up. I know we've been accused of trying to buy a team this year, and I don't
Yes, we
care.
have.
I
We're
want to
number
win,
two.
huh?
We're number two. Somebody was telling me the other day that Tech is like number two behind LSU for the most expensive team on the field. I don't know if that's true, but
I don't care. I'm good with it. You know,
I mean,
that's the way the game's going to be played
the
now,
yeah,
and
this
we're
guy looked
paying
like it.
them.
I don't know. Now
It's like baseball. I mean, if we're going to have a good team, we got to pay them,
we got to pay him.
and I want to have the best players, and let's win. Let's just win, baby.
So this is what
Uh,
I've started to do. I don't know what you think. I'm having a hard time keeping up with the players.
oh my
I mean,
God.
it's like I keep up. So this is what I'm doing now as a fan. I'm keeping up with just the numbers. So I'm not pulling for XYZ guy on the field. I'm looking, go number 8. I'm yelling out numbers because here's what I know. Number 8 is going to be there every year.
Oh, I like it.
I don't know who's going to be in the jersey. I'm going to commit to I'm going to probably grab about 50 of my favorite numbers, and I'm going to look every year to see if they're on the field, and then I'm going to cheer for that number. So when I'm in the stands this weekend yelling like for number 58, 22 people are going to go, "Oh no, you know who that is?" I go, "I don't know. I'm pulling for the
Oh, you could
jersey."
get a T-shirt made that says "I'm for 8,"
Yeah,
you know, or
8's my
something.
guy.
Pick
8's
your
my
favorite
guy.
number.
Yeah, I mean, he's my NIL guy. I don't care who. I'm pulling for numbers now because then as a fan, I can connect. And I feel like that I have a relationship with them because I figure over a 4-year period, there's going to be 5 different number 8s. I don't need
Oh,
to worry about that. And I'm all good with that. But I'm pulling for 8 now.
it
That's it.
feels like you're gonna have new players every week. I mean, I don't know exactly the way this portal works, but man, these kids are like on roller skates going in and out the door, and
And the slot
I
machine's
get
going.
it. I get
Yeah.
it. You know, I didn't think it was fair before that the school and the coaches made all the money and the kids got hurt and sent home and, sold used cars. That wasn't right. But I don't know if we've got it right yet. This seems a little crazy what's going on now, but um, anyway, it's going to be fun, and I tell you, for me, the most fun about college football, and this is why I say that they'll never have peace in the Middle East, is they don't have college football. That's how we do it in America. That's how we keep the peace, is that we argue and fight about college football. And that's how we keep from like shooting at each other. Like when we're mad, we always go,
It's
"Well, your
true.
team sucks," and or I have all kinds of names I've made up for other schools, and I always text my Longhorn pals, I call them horn people, and it's just a running gun battle. All my Aggie friends, I mean, I'm just on them constantly, sending them articles about, hey, one of your guys got arrested, and
Yeah.
it's just
Congratulations.
yeah, it's so much fun. I mean, it's so much fun needling each other
It is.
about what's
It
going on
is.
at their school, and I just don't know how people go along without that. But it is just super
No,
fun, and
it's
like
so
my
much
partner's an
fodder.
Aggie, and one of the people that works in my company, Patty, who's our commercial engineer, she's an Aggie, and so we're
Ah,
just constantly going at it.
that is
And
fantastic.
they're always like, "We're in the SEC now," and I'm like, "I don't care,
What is the
whatever, dude."
yeah.
And man, it's just college football is where it's at. I
It
mean,
is. It is. And you don't even have to be a fan of this, but you just get into that part of it. Just get in that part. It releases a lot of steam and actually brings people together. Even though you're busting people's chops, everybody loves that.
oh, I
It's
love it.
it's just great. And and then especially if you find somebody who's a little wigged down on it, those are the best
They're
because
the
you
best.
can't stop. You just
No,
can't stop sending them a note. There's certain people that I have that I don't even follow their school. I don't even know who, but just because I know it wings them, I watch it. And
I
then I'll
know.
text them like, "Oh, shucks.
Oh, look at
Can't
that. Damn, y'all
believe you
got
lost
smoked.
to Topeka State." I don't really know, but
How'd y'all
I
lose to those guys?
thought you had that one.
Yeah, thought you had it till
Oopsie
halftime when you're
daisy.
down by 50,
Yeah.
but
You need to get rid of number 12.
yeah,
12 needs to be replaced.
exactly.
Give that
Oh my
jersey to
god.
somebody else. But we got to get into a little bit of what we talk about. And I think, and I don't know about you, but I really enjoy tailgating. I think
Oh,
tailgating in college, and I don't tailgate all the time. I'll be honest with you. Sometimes I'm running late. Sometimes it doesn't work out. But man, there's nothing like a good tailgate. I just love a good
Oh,
tailgate.
it's got the timing's got to be right, like you said. If it's a night game, it's better. Obviously, if the game starts at
Obviously,
11, I mean, it's hard to get out there and get your act together and have it
unless you're
done.
a
Although
professional.
I will say, when my son was working in the University of Houston football program, their games all started at 11, and so I'd have to get out there and kind of get ready. A lot of times we'd make some Bloody Marys or something in the parking garage, and just kind of it was a lightweight tailgate, but it worked and it was fun. And you know, I have to tell you a funny quick story about my son, my youngest son. He's uh, if you'll recall, I tell a story of my friend Jeff here. He and his dad invited me up back in was it was it when was the catch? 2003 when we beat
Yeah,
Texas?
it was around there. It was.
Anyway,
I just
these
refer
guys
to it as the
invited me
catch.
up for the game where Michael Crabtree made the big catch and we beat UT and stormed the field, tore the goalpost down, all that. These guys had
Oops.
invited me up for the game, and it was the game. Like if you're a Tech fan, you didn't go to that game, you haven't been to the game because you didn't get to see the catch.
They catch.
Well, and I was there, and I had my youngest son with me, who I thought, oh, he's been in the game. He went, saw the catch. Surely he's going to go to Texas Tech. Well, he got accepted to Texas Tech. Did he go to Texas Tech? No. He went to the
Mm.
University of Houston. And but I will say it was kind of fun. He did go to work in the football program as equipment manager, and that was like being shot out of a cannon. They had a great time. He got to travel all over the place. He came up to Tech. He got to go to the Hawaii Bowl.
Yeah.
It was super fun, and so he always got us tickets to the games, and he would be down there running around, and it was fun watching him on the field, and the University of Houston football games are fun, although it's so hot down here in
Ugh.
September and October that those 11 o'clock games, man, they are brutal,
Yeah, you have
brutal.
to be committed
Oh,
to that.
super hot, super hot. But
But
he
that's
ended up
fun.
getting a risk management degree from there, which is kind of interesting. That's a whole nother story for another show. But anyway,
But he still dreams about the catch. It's still in his head.
oh, you know it.
He was on that field side going, "Man, why can't Houston
I
have
was
a
here for
catch
the
like that?"
catch. He told the guy they were talking to the tech equipment manager, and he was like, "Well, I was here for the catch."
I know you can't shake it. It's just there. He's
You were
embedded.
there, man.
It's in
You
your
were
blood
there.
now. It's in your DNA. So much fun. Oh yeah. And what a tailgate we had on that one. It's
Ah,
one of those things, folks. We want you to keep doing the tailgating. So when we go on a show like this and we're talking about risk and all that stuff, hang on to your hats. We're not going to freak you out, but you got to be careful out
got to
there
be
because
careful at tailgate. It's a
you know
great time
if
for risk management.
anybody can do this. If you just put the lens on what could go wrong and you walk out on a campus, everybody would be going, "Yep, nope, nope,
Nope.
nope, nope." And we get that, but there's about probably 3 or 4 things that you really need to think about, because there's some things that could go on that could carry with you much further than the game, and it may not be the things that you're just thinking about. I mean, everybody will immediately say, if you get in a fight, you're going to get in trouble, or you get a DUI, you're going to get in trouble. And those are legal things that, yeah, those could be problems. But there's some other things you need to do and be kind of careful of, because I've seen some things go wrong. Brent, you've probably seen some things go wrong. And if you just do a little bit of stuff here and there, you don't. We're not going to talk about insurance because it can be part of it, but just some things you just got to be careful of. And one of the things I was thinking about is some of the best ribs I've ever had was at this guy's tail. There's some people who can really
Oh
cook.
man,
I mean, it is a treat to see some of these guys with a barbecue. I can't do
it's
it.
an art. It's an
It's an
art
art.
form.
It's an art, and they spend a ton of time, and their rigs immaculate, food fantastic. But
Man, and they have worked on those seasonings. You don't realize how long it takes to develop a
oh,
recipe and the seasonings that go with it and the time to cook and how much smoke and what kind of wood. I mean, it is really complicated.
it is, and then all the appetite. I mean, some of these people are amazing, and we're gonna give a shout out to all of them. We're real proud of you, and we hope this season you have a great one. But for you guys cooking, there's just a few things I want you to think about. It's one thing's this fire hazard thing. The fires happen where the sparks fly and things go. You're out here in West Texas. I don't know how much wind you get down there in Houston because with humidity, I don't even know if can y'all even get a spark. I don't know if there's enough
It would be
spark with it.
hard for a spark to start down here. It's so wet.
Yeah,
Normally,
I mean,
normally we have a foot of water in the street. There's nothing to get.
no,
Everything's already wet.
up here, if somebody breaks wind, there's a spark, so you're gonna
Yeah.
have to be careful. But, you'll see these ashes and you'll see little flares flying out everywhere, and there have been instances where they've caught people's cars on fire,
Oh yeah.
or they've caught grass on fire, and they've caught some things where people get burned, and so if you
Fire's a
get
thing. It
fire's
has
a
a life
thing.
of its own.
So look, if you're messing with fire, I'm not gonna tell you not to, because I wanna eat your ribs, I wanna taste all your food, but you need to keep a fire extinguisher there
Yep.
in your kit, and a lot of guys do, and you also need to keep a first aid kit, because you
Yep.
gotta make sure that if you're in control of that, you're responsible for all that. So if somebody gets burned, somebody gets
Cut.
cut, anything like that, it's you, and you guys need to take the ownership of it, and don't think that since you're on a university or somebody else's property that, "Oh, it's not my problem." It's your problem, whether it's
It's your
corporate or
problem.
not, it's your problem. So, I just think that those are some simple things people throw in their kit. They go out there and have a hell of a good time. What would be another one, Brent, you think they should think about in tailgating?
Man, I'll tell you my number one thing, and this is not just in tailgating, is don't drink and drive. That's the key
It's huge.
to everything. We have Uber now and Lyft, all these other ride sharing deals. Don't expose yourself to me what is the worst possible kind of
Yeah.
risk management failure, and that's getting behind the wheel. Don't do it. Don't do it.
No.
If you're gonna drink, take a ride share to and from. It's just so easy. And it's not even that expensive. Just don't do it. Don't
No.
expose yourself and don't put others at risk. I mean, that's the thing about risk management. The first key is don't put others at risk with your behavior.
Yeah, it's a risky deal, and when you walk around, and alcohol, no matter what your thought is of it, people are drinking at football games. People are even sometimes tailgating at basketball games, baseball. I mean, it's everywhere now, and alcohol is going to be a part of it, whether you're going to be indulging in it or you're going to be around it. And a lot of the things you got to understand on these tailgates is that i- if whether you're personally hosting one or corporately hosting one, it's the same thing with the fire, right? Somebody gets overserved, a minor gets hold. You see people handing out beers just left and right, and I get it. It's good old boy, it's fun, and we're not party poopers, but you get the booze to the wrong person. You get people overindulging and overserved, and you become involved in that.
Yeah.
It's yours. That's what I don't know if people quite understand that it's not a free for all, right? And so,
A lot of
what
opportunity for black swan event there where something bad can happen and then your life is ruined. I mean, you've hurt someone and it's not good.
So other than taking a lift, which I think is great, if you don't have a parking spot and you're just going to the game, you're gonna get there. That's great. What else do you think somebody should do on the booze thing, Brent? What could if you're corporate, let's just say
I'll
you're
tell you,
hosting an event. Tell me what you would
to
do.
me, corporate hosting, especially if you've got a tent with your name, your company name, or barbecue pit with your company name on it, that's a different animal altogether. Uh, you should, with your general liability policy, have host liquor as an incidental coverage. Need to check, obviously. Um, but I would also say it's very cheap to hire a policeman to come and secure the premises, or if somebody's getting out of hand, escort them out. You don't want to be the guy having to manhandle somebody that's wandered into your party and causing trouble. I would also say it's also not very expensive to hire people to serve it that are going to
No,
follow
that's
all
right.
the rules and make sure that people have wristbands or whatever. That stuff is simple to do. And really, again, you're saving yourself from that black swan event. You're preventing it.
Yeah, and I mean,
And
and once you have a claim in something like that, it's gonna be hard to get you insurance coverage. I know on that too that sometimes if this is a big thing, like if you're a company, you're gonna have one event, maybe one every football season, you have one big tailgate. Talk to your agent about something called a special events policy, where you can get a separate little event policy for that day or two
yes,
days, and that separates everything from your whole corporate setting to where if something goes wrong, you keep it
yep.
contained. They're not expensive. Your agent should know a lot about that or know how to get that. Those are you have a one and done, or even if you're going to do one you buy six of those. The money's worth everything.
Man,
Uh,
those event liability policies are fantastic. And like Jeff said, you compartmentalize the risk and the loss, if there is one, hopefully not,
yeah,
to that policy. And those limits and everything else are separate from your policy and coverage. And you don't even have to well, you'd probably still have to report it, but I'm just saying it really keeps that off your record and compartmentalizes it uh, in a way it's really a fantastic thing. And there's lots of things you can add to event liability policies that are great. And it's just a great way to do it,
Yeah,
and
you
they're
can put
very,
the
very cheap.
yeah,
I
you
mean,
put
they're
the liquor
stupid
exposure
cheap.
coverage on there. It's
Uh,
stupid cheap.
uh,
And even individuals, you're gonna have a big party, you can get one for yourself. Your agent
yeah,
should be able to line you up with one of those. It's worth it instead of relying just it's good to know. And it's a
absolutely.
responsible thing to do. Of course, here when the first thing I do when I'm going to the game, I have a parking spot. So I'm gonna be driving on campus.
Oh,
Oh my God.
man, that's just
Driving on a football campus, I mean, and I mean, even with everybody sober is a shocking experience. Even just doing the school day, driving on any university, if you don't have one, don't do it, but you need to do it. Just go drive through campus and look at all the near near hits you almost have. I mean, it's like bumper pool out there if you wanted to. We
do
have
they
kids.
allow scooters on tech campus?
We encourage them, especially when they
Oh,
run out in front of the cars. You play dodgeball, you play chicken on the scooter with the city bus. That's always a fun thing to do. We'll be sitting here in the news and we'll hear where somebody doinked off of a city bus off of a scooter, and then everybody's like, "Oh no, they got up and they're okay." But the bus driver is like, "Oh, if I could just one time, But they're jacking in front of everybody, and the kids are coming at cars. I don't know where it is on like U of H or any other university, but it's an unwritten rule that pedestrians just have the right of way on a
yeah,
university campus.
I think that's it.
I don't know if that's legal, but I'm gonna tell you that's how the students and that's how people who show up at these games, that's the mentality. But you've got a parking spot and you've got to find a way to maneuver. It's like a landmine
Yeah.
of getting to your spot. So what do you think we should do on some of that stuff if you're going to be driving into the game?
Can you leave your car there the night before or the morning before? I mean, can you take the car out there somehow and
There's a certain time, because most of the parking on like our university and some of the other ones, they're also those parking lots are used for
yeah,
dorms. So
right.
there is a time period, and I don't know exactly when my daughter was there was the night before, like you had to have your car moved by midnight before a game. So I don't know. You could go and drop off a car. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
If you could, yeah, but you're still gonna have to get out. Which,
Well, let's have somebody follow you and, go home and leave the car there and come back later via Lyft.
yeah, not a
Uh,
bad idea.
just again avoiding it as possible.
Yeah, and you really, if you're the driver driving on a campus, make sure you don't have any alcohol in your system. I know we're going back to the booze
0.
thing, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what, it's a defensive motion. Turn the music off, get everybody in the car to chill out for a minute. I like to roll the windows down because you can hear a lot more,
Right.
especially with children. Children on there, they get on those scooters that you talked about, and it's a free reign, and everybody was having a great time. We want them to have a great time. But man alive, just one little oops. I mean, you can ruin other people's lives and your life. And then you can ruin making it for your insurance history. I mean, hitting a child or hitting
Oh,
anybody or do anything like that, it's a staining moment, regardless of whose fault you are. But then if it is a negligent situation, I mean, it's just a mark that's hard to undo for a long time.
yeah,
But
that's just a bad that's one of those things you wanna avoid that kind of situation if at all possible, and what Jeff's talking about, I love the roll the windows down idea, that's a good idea.
yeah,
Uh,
turn your radio off. I know you're
yeah.
pre-gaming and you're listening to all the stuff. Maybe turn it off and listen because you can 9 times out of here, especially with kids on scooters, you can hear them coming because there's no one quiet on a scooter. You're always you're always screaming for your life, or you always hear this phrase, "Hey, watch this," and then it's about to happen.
Yeah. Well, I think
So
it's like any other situation, a little bit of focus, before, during, and after, and you can really avoid any issues that might come up. And, just take a few minutes to think about the risk management aspect. I mean, it's just can
yeah,
prevent so much negativity and so many bad things can be prevented by just a little bit of forethought about how it's going to go. And, you know,
yeah,
it's just not that complicated
and,
to do, but give it a little thought.
and if you have that one friend that always likes to push it, you don't have to invite them, right? Yeah. You don't have to invite them, or you make them host it, so then they're not tagging off of you. You just
Right.
go, yeah, you're uninvited.
Get them a
And
wristband to somebody else's party.
there you go. If it's
Hey,
like,
look, I got some
yeah,
extra wristbands. There's one for
like
you, Joe.
if you're own a bank and you know this customer's gonna come up and bang out, yeah, just give him an application to another bank and go, hey, I think they got
Hey,
chicken wings. They got chicken wings over at the other bank.
yeah. Woohoo.
Yeah, you go over there. But no, I think the other fourth thing is, and I think this is something we need to introduce to our audience because I think this is a public service for us. Being risk graders, yes, we are fans of Texas Tech and some other schools, but we are kind of an NIL fan too, in a way. The risk graders can be purchased to come to your tailgate, to come by. We can come by and do a nice assessment. We're ribs and chicken people. We're
Yeah.
very good at that. We'll assess any drink mixing. I'm for that. And if you need any pre things of what we prefer, we'd love to send it. But there's no tailgate that wouldn't be better without the risk graders. And
Yeah.
I just
And we are great at evaluating barbecue and assessing its risk.
There's
Uh,
only basically 2 schools that I wanna announce that I probably couldn't pull this off at. But if the NIL donation was appropriate, I think we maybe could, but it's gonna come with some pain, so that will definitely mean you will have to up your game if we have to walk on, and especially if we have to wear the colors of certain schools. If we have to wear the
that's not
colors,
happening.
I don't know. I don't know.
No, I
I
can't do it.
are you kidding? I
I'll
mean,
tell you, I'll tell you a funny story about wearing colors. My son used to always say, "You need to wear some U of H looking stuff out to the game," and I was like, "Okay." And this is the shirt I wear. I have it on right now. It's this red and black shirt. That's kind of U of H. That's sort of they use that red and black thing, and so I always said, "I've got U of H stuff on right here." Not really, but
congratulations.
yeah. So I kind of covered all my bases with this shirt right here.
We did
So,
good. Well, you
uh,
didn't just walk out there with like the pink shirt. I like it when somebody just wears no matter where they go, they wear a white shirt. I mean, you can't. You're gonna have to ramp it up a little bit.
got
But
it. You got to get in a fight a little.
yeah, I mean, either you're gonna need to be an aggravator, or you're gonna
Yeah,
have to be
or
a
play
go with
along.
the guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, man, I think we've got some. I hope everybody goes out this season, has wonderful times at these
Oh,
football and sporting events. Tailgate your brains out, have a great time. Follow a couple of the things that we talked about here when it
yep.
talks about if you're cooking, if you're drinking, you're serving drinks. And by gosh, when you're driving, there's just these simple things you can do to keep your family, protect your business, because those are the people who should be listening to the podcast or anybody who's got a family or business. We're here to help you manage risk
Yep.
and to keep you out of trouble. And by golly, if you don't know for sure what you should do, you always need to pick up the phone, call your agent, say, this is what I'm thinking about doing, and let them guide you on the opportunities to protect you. And then you can make a good decision on what's best for your families.
And then
But
have
we
fun.
have a super season out there, and we appreciate you listening to this episode of Risk Graders.
Guns up, baby.
Boom.